Ladies and gentlemen, every day we are gifted with something extraordinary: 24 hours, 1,440 minutes, or 86,400 seconds. This is the one resource that every single person, regardless of status, wealth, or background, receives equally. The question is not how much time we have, but how we use it. Time is a resource that defies the rules of replenishment. Unlike money, relationships, or possessions, once time passes, it can never be regained. It is an ever-flowing stream that waits for no one, indifferent to how we choose to use it. This reality makes time the most valuable asset any person can possess. Yet, paradoxically, it is also the resource we tend to squander the most. Recognizing the irreplaceable nature of time is the first step toward harnessing its full potential. Imagine for a moment that every morning you woke up to find $86,400 deposited into your bank account. The catch: whatever you don't spend by the end of the day vanishes. Would you let a single dollar go to waste? Of course not. You'd use every penny with precision and purpose, ensuring that no opportunity was left unrealized. Now, consider this. Each day grants you 86,400 seconds units of time, just as valuable as money, if not more. And yet, how often do we let these seconds slip through our fingers, lost to procrastination, distractions, or activities that add no meaningful value to our lives? The scarcity of time is what gives it value. People often say, "I'll do it tomorrow," as if tomorrow is guaranteed. The truth is, no one knows how much time they have. This uncertainty should instill a sense of urgency, not fear. It should inspire us to live each day with intention, cherishing the moments we have and investing them in pursuits that truly matter. When you realize that time is not infinite, you begin to understand the importance of using it wisely. Consider the stories of those who have achieved greatness. Their accomplishments are rarely a result of having more time than others. Instead, they stem from a profound understanding of time's fleeting nature and a commitment to making the most of every moment. Successful individuals understand that time is not something to be killed, wasted, or idle away. It is to be cultivated, nurtured, and directed toward meaningful endeavors. They focus on what truly matters, filtering out distractions and prioritizing actions that align with their goals. The idea of killing time is a tragic misunderstanding of its value. Time is not an enemy to be defeated or a burden to be endured. It is an opportunity, a blank canvas on which we can paint the masterpiece of our lives. Every second that passes is a chance to learn something new, build a stronger relationship, work toward a goal, or simply experience the beauty of the present moment. Wasting time is not just a lost opportunity, it is a diminishment of the life you could have lived. Many people fail to recognize the cumulative power of small, consistent actions taken over time. A single wasted hour may seem insignificant, but over weeks, months, and years, those hours add up to missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. Conversely, small, intentional actions taken every day can lead to extraordinary results. Imagine the impact of dedicating just 1 hour each day to learning a new skill, pursuing a passion, or working on personal growth. Over the course of a year, that single hour adds up to 365 hours, more than 2 weeks of focused effort. When you view time through this lens, the importance of each moment becomes undeniable. Time also carries a unique equality. It is the one resource that is distributed evenly across all people. Regardless of wealth, status, or background, everyone is granted the same 24 hours each day. What differentiates individuals is not the amount of time they have, but how they choose to use it. This reality is both empowering and humbling. It means that your potential is not limited by external circumstances, but by your willingness to make the most of the time you are given. Living with an awareness of time's non-renewable nature requires a shift in perspective. It means moving away from a mindset of scarcity, lamenting the time you don't have, and embracing a mindset of abundance, focusing on how you can maximize the time you do have. This shift involves setting clear priorities, eliminating distractions, and being intentional about your actions. It means asking yourself, is this the best use of my time right now? And being honest in your answer. It also involves reflecting on how you spend your days, recognizing patterns of wasted time, and making changes to align your daily habits with your long-term goals. The value of time is deeply personal. It is measured not in minutes or hours, but in the quality of the experiences you create, the relationships you nurture, and the contributions you make. Time spent with loved ones, pursuing passions, or helping others is never wasted. It is an investment in the richness of your life. Conversely, time spent on meaningless activities, while superficially enjoyable, often leaves a sense of emptiness in its wake. Time is the currency of life. How you spend it determines the quality of your existence and the legacy you leave behind. Recognizing time as a non-renewable resource is not just about avoiding waste, it is about living with purpose and intention. It is about understanding that every moment is a gift and using that gift to create a life of meaning, fulfillment, and joy. Life is a constant stream of choices, and how we prioritize those choices defines who we are and what we achieve. Each day presents countless opportunities, responsibilities, and distractions, all vying for our attention. The challenge lies in distinguishing between what truly matters and what merely seems urgent or appealing in the moment. This distinction is the cornerstone of effective living, for prioritizing what matters most is the key to unlocking a life of purpose, fulfillment, and success. At the heart of prioritization is clarity. To prioritize effectively, you must first know what truly matters to you. This requires self-reflection and a deep understanding of your values, goals, and aspirations. Without this clarity, it is easy to become overwhelmed by the sheer volume of tasks and obligations that fill each day. People often find themselves busy yet unproductive, consumed by activities that keep them occupied but do not move them closer to their dreams. The trap of busyness is a common one, and escaping it begins with asking yourself a simple yet profound question. What is most important to me? Once you identify what truly matters, the next step is to align your actions with those priorities. This alignment requires intentional decision-making and the willingness to let go of activities that do not serve your purpose. It is not about doing more, but about doing what matters most. Many people fall into the habit of saying yes to every request or opportunity, fearing that they might miss out or disappoint others. However, every time you say yes to something unimportant, you are by default saying no to something that is. Learning to say no is an essential skill in prioritization. It allows you to protect your time and energy for the things that truly matter. Distractions are the enemy of prioritization. In today's fast-paced, technology-driven world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, constant notifications, and endless streams of entertainment compete for our attention, often pulling us away from what truly matters. Overcoming these distractions requires discipline and a commitment to staying focused on your priorities. This might mean setting boundaries with technology, creating dedicated time blocks for focused work, or simply learning to be present in the moment. The ability to focus on what is important despite the noise around you is a powerful skill that can transform how you live and work. Another crucial aspect of prioritizing what matters is recognizing that not all tasks are created equal. Some activities yield significant results and contribute directly to your goals, while others have minimal impact. The Pareto principle, also known as the 80/20 rule, states that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. Identifying and focusing on these high-impact activities is essential for maximizing your productivity and achieving your goals. Instead of spreading yourself thin by trying to do everything, concentrate on the few tasks that truly make a difference. Emotions can also influence how we prioritize. Fear, guilt, or the desire to please others can lead us to prioritize tasks that are neither important nor meaningful. For example, you might spend hours on a project that is low priority simply because you fear disappointing a colleague or superior. While it is important to maintain good relationships and fulfill commitments, it is equally important to advocate for your own priority. Balancing the needs of others with your own requires courage and clear communication. It means being honest about what you can realistically accomplish and setting boundaries to protect your time and energy. The act of prioritizing is not static, it is dynamic and requires ongoing evaluation. As life changes, so do your priorities. What was important to you last year or even last month may no longer hold the same significance. Periodically reassessing your goals and values ensures that your actions remain aligned with what matters most to you. This process of reflection allows you to adapt to new circumstances, seize new opportunities, and let go of outdated obligations or goals. Prioritization also involves understanding the distinction between what is urgent and what is important. Urgent tasks demand immediate attention, often creating a sense of pressure or stress. However, they are not always important in the grand scheme of things. Important tasks, on the other hand, are those that contribute to your long-term goals and values, even if they do not require immediate action. Effective prioritization means focusing on what is important, even if it is not urgent, and resisting the temptation to let urgent but unimportant tasks dominate your time. Prioritizing what matters is not just about work or productivity, it is about creating a balanced and meaningful life. It means dedicating time to the people, activities, and experiences that bring you joy and fulfillment. It means valuing your health, relationships, and personal growth as much as your career or ambitions. A life well lived is one where your priorities reflect your deepest values and where your actions align with your purpose. In prioritizing what truly matters, you take control of your life. You move from being reactive to proactive, from feeling overwhelmed to feeling empowered. You create space for what is meaningful and let go of what is not. This intentional approach to life transforms not only how you spend your time, but also how you experience it. By prioritizing what truly matters, you honor your potential, fulfill your purpose, and create a life of significance. Life can often feel overwhelming when we look at our endless to-do lists or try to balance personal, professional, and responsibilities. The key to managing this complexity is breaking the day into manageable chunks. Instead of viewing time as one long, continuous stretch, dividing it into smaller segments allows you to focus more effectively, avoid burnout, and achieve greater productivity and satisfaction. This approach transforms what might feel like an insurmountable challenge into a series of achievable steps, making even the busiest of days feel more structured and manageable. The beauty of dividing your day into chunks lies in its simplicity and flexibility. Each person has different priorities, schedules, and energy levels, so the structure you create should reflect your unique needs. By organizing your time in defined blocks, you gain clarity about what needs to be done and when. This clarity reduces stress and eliminates the sense of chaos that often accompanies a disorganized day. It allows you to tackle one thing at a time, which not only increases focus, but also ensures that you are fully present in whatever you are doing. A common and effective way to divide your day is into three main categories: work, personal growth, and rest. For many, the day starts with work, whether it's a job, managing a household, or pursuing a project. Allocating specific blocks of time for work-related tasks ensures that you can concentrate without feeling the constant pull of other responsibilities. The key is to set clear boundaries for this time. For example, you might dedicate the hours between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. to work tasks, with regular breaks included to recharge your energy and maintain focus. These breaks act as natural separators between chunks of time and prevent mental fatigue. Equally important is the time set aside for personal growth. This might include activities such as reading, exercising, learning a new skill, or pursuing a hobby. Often personal development takes a backseat when we feel overwhelmed with other obligations, but carving out dedicated time for it is crucial for long-term happiness and fulfillment. For instance, you might allocate an hour in the morning for exercise or meditation, setting the tone for a productive and focused day. Similarly, you could reserve time in the evening to read, reflect, or work on a passion project. These moments of personal investment not only enhance your skills and well-being, but also serve as a reminder that your time is yours to shape. Rest is another essential component of the day that should be consciously included in your time blocks. Rest doesn't just mean sleep, although getting a solid 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night is vital for physical and mental health. Rest also encompasses moments of relaxation during the day when you can step away from your responsibilities and recharge. Scheduling time for rest ensures that you don't burn out and allows you to approach the rest of your day with renewed energy and focus. For example, a 20-minute power nap or a leisurely walk during lunch can make a significant difference in how productive and energized you feel. One of the most effective techniques for dividing your day into manageable chunks is time blocking. Time blocking involves assigning specific tasks or activities to specific times of the day. This method provides a clear roadmap for your day, helping you avoid wasting time deciding what to do next. For instance, you might block off the first 2 hours of your morning for deep work on an important project, followed by a 15-minute break, and then an hour for responding to emails or attending meetings. By structuring your day in this way, you eliminate decision fatigue and create a sense of purpose and direction. Another approach is to align your time blocks with your natural energy levels. Most people have periods during the day when they feel more focused and alert, as well as times when their energy wanes. By identifying these patterns, you can schedule your most demanding or creative tasks during your peak energy periods and reserve less intensive tasks for times when your energy is lower. For example, if you're a morning person, you might tackle complex problem solving or strategic planning in the early hours and save routine tasks like organizing or data entry for the afternoon. Flexibility is also an important aspect of breaking the day into chunks. While structure is helpful, life is unpredictable, and rigid schedules can lead to frustration when unexpected events arise. By leaving some buffer time between chunks, you create space to handle unforeseen tasks or simply take a breather if needed. This flexibility allows you to stay on track without feeling stressed by interruptions. Breaking your day into chunks also fosters a sense of accomplishment. Each time you complete a block of work or an activity, you experience a small win, which boosts motivation and confidence. These small victories create momentum that carries you through the day, turning what might have seemed like an overwhelming workload into a series of manageable steps. Over time, this approach builds a habit of productivity and instills a sense of control over your time. Dividing your day into manageable chunks is about intentionality. It's about taking charge of your time rather than letting it slip away unnoticed. It's a strategy that enables you to focus on what matters most, reduce stress, and create balance in your life. By breaking the day into smaller segments, you gain the clarity and structure needed to make each moment count, transforming even the busiest schedule into a well-orchestrated symphony of purpose and achievement. Success in life often feels like an insurmountable mountain, and the idea of achieving great things can be intimidating. Yet history and personal experience repeatedly show that the most remarkable accomplishments are rarely the result of a single monumental effort. Instead, they are the culmination of small, consistent actions taken over time. These actions may seem insignificant on their own, but their cumulative effect can create transformative change. Understanding and embracing the power of small, consistent actions is one of the most effective strategies for achieving long-term success and personal growth. At first glance, small actions might appear inconsequential. Reading just a few pages of a book, exercising for 15 minutes, or dedicating 10 minutes to learning a new skill doesn't feel monumental. However, the impact of these actions becomes profound when repeated consistently. It is the steady repetition of these efforts that leads to mastery, progress, and transformation. The key lies in recognizing that every small action is a building block, contributing to a larger goal or vision. One of the most compelling aspects of small, consistent actions is their accessibility. Unlike grand, sweeping changes that often require significant resources or drastic lifestyle adjustments, small actions are manageable and within reach for everyone. For instance, someone aiming to improve their physical health doesn't need to commit to running a marathon immediately. Starting with a daily 10-minute walk is a more attainable goal. Over time, as the habit becomes ingrained, it becomes easier to increase the intensity or duration. This gradual approach prevents burnout and builds confidence, making the goal feel less daunting. The power of small actions is amplified by the principle of compounding. In the same way that compound interest allows small investments to grow exponentially over time, small, consistent efforts accumulate and create significant results. Consider the example of saving money. Putting aside a small amount each day might seem trivial, but over months and years, these savings can grow into a substantial sum. The same principle applies to personal development, career growth, and skill acquisition. Whether it's learning a language, improving a relationship, or mastering a craft, consistent effort over time yields results that far exceed the sum of the individual actions. Another advantage of small, consistent actions is their ability to create and reinforce habits. Habits are the foundation of our daily lives, shaping how we spend our time and energy. When you commit to small, repeatable actions, you begin to rewire your brain, making the behavior more automatic and less reliant on willpower. For example, a person who sets aside 5 minutes every morning for meditation may find that, over time, this practice becomes a natural and essential part of their routine. Once a habit is established, it requires less conscious effort to maintain, allowing you to build momentum and take on new challenges. Small, consistent actions also help to overcome the psychological barriers that often hinder progress. When a goal feels overwhelming, it's easy to procrastinate or give up altogether. Breaking the goal into smaller, manageable steps reduces this sense of overwhelm and provides a clear path forward. Each small action becomes a step on the journey, bringing you closer to your destination without the pressure of achieving everything at once. This approach fosters a sense of accomplishment and encourages perseverance, even in the face of setbacks. The impact of small actions extends beyond personal achievement. These actions can also inspire and influence others. When people observe someone consistently working toward a goal, no matter how modest the effort, it sends a powerful message about commitment to determination. This ripple effect can motivate friends, family, colleagues to adopt similar behaviors, creating a culture of growth and improvement. Moreover, small, consistent actions teach the value of patience and delayed gratification. In a world that often prioritizes instant results, the discipline required to commit to small steps over time is a rare and valuable skill. It teaches that meaningful change is a process, not an event. This mindset shift can transform how you approach challenges and setbacks, helping you to stay focused on the bigger picture rather than becoming discouraged by short-term obstacles. It's important to recognize that consistency doesn't mean perfection. There will inevitably be days when you miss a step or face unforeseen challenges. The key is to maintain a long-term perspective and return to your actions as soon as possible. Progress is not about never faltering, it's about continually moving forward, even after a misstep. This resilience is what ultimately separates those who achieve their goals from those who abandon them. The power of small, consistent actions is evident in countless success stories. Writers who dedicate a few hours each day to their craft eventually produce novels. Entrepreneurs who focus on daily progress build thriving businesses. Athletes who train consistently, even in small increments, achieve peak performance. The common thread in these stories is not talent or luck, but the unwavering commitment to taking small steps day after day. Small, consistent actions are the seeds from which greatness grows. They remind us that every journey, no matter how long, begins with a single step. By embracing these actions, you create a foundation for success that is sustainable, empowering, and transformative. Whether your goal is to improve your health, advance your career, or achieve personal fulfillment, the path forward lies in the small choices you make every day. Each moment is an opportunity to take one more step, make one more effort, and move closer to the life you envision. Time is one of the most valuable resources we have, and how we use it shapes the quality and outcomes of our lives. Unfortunately, time wasters activities that provide little to no value can easily consume large portions of our day, leaving us feeling unproductive and dissatisfied. Eliminating these time wasters is not just about being efficient, it is about reclaiming your time to focus on what truly matters. By identifying and addressing these distractions, you can create a more intentional, fulfilling, and purpose-driven life. The first step in eliminating time wasters is recognizing what they are. Many time wasters are deceptively small or disguised as productive activities, making them difficult to notice. For instance, spending excessive time on social media might feel like staying connected, but it often results in mindless scrolling with little benefit. Similarly, frequent interruptions, such as checking email every few minutes or responding to every notification, can disrupt your focus and waste valuable time. Identifying these patterns requires honest self-assessment and a willingness to acknowledge habits that are not serving your goals. Once you've identified the main culprits, the next step is to assess their impact on your life. Time wasters often steal time without providing meaningful returns. For example, binge-watching television shows might offer temporary entertainment, but it can also leave you feeling unfulfilled if it becomes a regular habit. Similarly, engaging in gossip or unproductive conversations may seem harmless in the moment, but can detract from time that could be spent pursuing more meaningful activities. By evaluating the long-term consequences of these habits, you can better understand the importance of eliminating or minimizing them. One of the most effective ways to eliminate time wasters is to set clear boundaries. This might involve creating rules for how you interact with technology, such as limiting your screen time, turning off unnecessary notifications, or designating specific times to check emails and messages. For instance, instead of keeping your phone within reach during work hours, you might place it in another room to avoid distractions. Similarly, you can establish focus blocks during which you dedicate uninterrupted time to your most important tasks. By creating these boundaries, you protect your time and ensure it is used more intentionally. Another strategy for eliminating time wasters is to prioritize tasks that align with your goals and values. Time wasters often thrive in the absence of clear priorities. When you don't have a specific plan for how to spend your time, it becomes easier to fall into unproductive habits. By setting daily, weekly, and long-term goals, you give yourself a roadmap for success. This roadmap serves as a constant reminder of what matters most, helping you to stay focused and resist the temptation of time-wasting activities. For example, if your goal is to improve your health, you might allocate time each day for exercise and meal preparation, leaving less room for activities that don't contribute to this objective. Delegation is another powerful tool in eliminating time wasters. Not all tasks require your direct attention, and trying to do everything yourself can lead to inefficiency and burnout. Delegating tasks that others can handle frees up your time for more important responsibilities. For instance, in a work setting, you might assign routine tasks to team members, allowing you to focus on strategic planning or decision-making. In your personal life, you might hire services for tasks like cleaning or grocery shopping, giving you more time to spend on meaningful pursuits. Minimizing unnecessary commitments is equally important. It is easy to say yes to invitations, favors, or activities out of a desire to please others or avoid conflict. However, overcommitting yourself can leave you stretched thin with little time for what truly matters. Learning to say no is a critical skill for eliminating time wasters. This doesn't mean being selfish or uncooperative. It means recognizing your limits and protecting your time for the priorities that align with your goals. By being selective about how you spend your time, you create space for activities that bring value and fulfillment to your life. Mindfulness also plays a crucial role in combating time wasters. Many time-wasting habits, such as mindless scrolling or procrastination, occur when we operate on autopilot. Practicing mindfulness helps you become more aware of how you are spending your time and why. For example, the next time you find yourself reaching for your phone or getting lost in an unproductive activity, pause and ask yourself whether it aligns with your goals. This simple act of awareness can help you make more intentional choices and redirect your time toward meaningful activities. Another effective approach is to regularly audit your time. Just as you might review your finances to identify unnecessary expenses, reviewing how you spend your time can reveal hidden inefficiencies. This can be done by tracking your activities over the course of a week and analyzing where your time goes. You may be surprised to discover how much time is spent on low-value activities. Once identified, you can take steps to reduce or eliminate these time wasters, reallocating that time to more productive or fulfilling pursuits. Accountability can further support your efforts to eliminate time wasters. Sharing your goals with a trusted friend, mentor, or coach creates a sense of responsibility and encouragement. For example, if you want to reduce the time spent on social media, you might set limits and share your progress with someone who can hold you accountable. Knowing that someone else is aware of your goals can motivate you to stay disciplined and make better choices. Eliminating time wasters is about taking control of your time and directing it toward what truly matters. It requires self-awareness, discipline, and a commitment to living intentionally. By removing distractions and low-value activities, you create more room for the things that enrich your life, whether it's pursuing your passions, spending quality time with loved ones, or achieving personal and professional goals. The process is not always easy, and it requires ongoing effort. However, the rewards are well worth it. When you eliminate time wasters, you gain not only more time, but also greater clarity, focus, and a sense of purpose. Your days become more productive and fulfilling, and you move closer to living the life you truly desire. Time is a finite resource, but by using it wisely, you can create infinite possibilities for growth, happiness, and success. In the pursuit of productivity and meaningful use of time, reflection and adjustment are essential practices that ensure continuous growth and alignment with your goals. Life is not static, and neither should your strategies for managing it be. By regularly taking the time to reflect on how you are using your time and making adjustments as needed, you create a cycle of improvement that helps you stay focused, purposeful, and adaptable to change. Reflection and adjustment are not about self-criticism. They are about learning, evolving, and making your actions more intentional. Reflection begins with taking a step back to evaluate your current habits, routines, and priorities. It involves asking yourself questions about what is working, what isn't, and why. This process requires honesty and a willingness to confront areas where you might be falling short. For example, you might realize that you've been spending too much time on activities that don't contribute to your goals, such as excessive social media usage or unnecessary meetings. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward change. Without reflection, it's easy to get stuck in routines that feel comfortable but are ultimately unproductive. One of the most effective ways to reflect is by setting aside regular intervals to assess your progress. This could be a weekly review where you analyze how you spent your time over the past 7 days. During this review, you can identify tasks or activities that took longer than expected, evaluate whether you prioritize your most important goals, and note any distractions or time wasters that crept into your schedule. This practice not only provides clarity, but also helps you become more intentional about how you allocate your time moving forward. Reflection is not limited to identifying problems. It also involves celebrating successes. Taking the time to acknowledge what you've accomplished, no matter how small, reinforces positive habits and motivates you to continue. For instance, if you set a goal to exercise 3 times a week and achieved it, recognizing the success can build momentum and encourage you to maintain the habit. Reflection helps you appreciate the progress you're making, even if the ultimate goal still feels far away. Once you've reflected on your use of time, the next step is to adjust. Adjustment is where the real change happens. It's about taking the insights gained from reflection and using them to refine your approach. For example, if you find that you're most productive in the mornings but have been scheduling low-priority tasks during that time, you can adjust by reserving your mornings for deep work or high-value activities. Similarly, if you notice that certain distractions consistently derail your focus, you can take steps to minimize or eliminate them. This might involve setting stricter boundaries, such as turning off notifications during work hours or creating a dedicated workspace free from interruptions. Adjustment also involves being flexible and open to experimentation. What works for one person may not work for another, and even your own strategies may need to evolve over time. For instance, you might try different productivity techniques, such as time blocking, the Pomodoro technique, or prioritization methods like the Eisenhower matrix, to see which one aligns best with your workflow. If a particular approach doesn't yield the desired results, it's important not to view it as a failure, but as valuable feedback that guides you toward a better solution. Another key aspect of adjustment is aligning your actions with your long-term goals and values. As life changes, so do your priorities. What was once a high priority may no longer hold the same importance, and new opportunities or challenges may arise. Regular reflection ensures that your daily actions remain aligned with your evolving goals. For example, if you've been focusing heavily on career advancement but realize that your personal relationships are suffering, you might adjust by dedicating more time to family and friends. These adjustments help you maintain balance and ensure that your time is being spent on what truly matters. Reflection and adjustment also provide an opportunity to address the root causes of inefficiency or dissatisfaction. For example, if you consistently find yourself procrastinating, reflection can help you identify why. Perhaps the tasks you're avoiding feel overwhelming, or maybe you're lacking motivation because the task doesn't align with your passions. Once you understand the underlying issue, you can adjust by breaking the task into smaller steps, finding ways to make it more engaging or delegating it if possible. This problem-solving approach helps you overcome obstacles and stay on track. Technology can be a valuable ally in the process of reflecting and adjusting. Tools like time tracking apps, productivity journals, and goal-setting platforms can provide insights into how you're spending your time and help you identify areas for improvement. For instance, a time tracking app might reveal that you're spending more time on email than you realize, prompting you to set limits or implement a more efficient system. Similarly, a productivity journal can help you document your reflections and track your progress over time, making it easier to identify patterns and measure growth. One of the most important aspects of reflection and adjustment is patience. Change doesn't happen overnight, and the process of refining how you use your time is ongoing. It's important to approach this process with a growth mindset, viewing setbacks as opportunities to learn and improve. For example, if you try a new productivity strategy and it doesn't work, instead of becoming discouraged, you can reflect on why it didn't work and adjust your approach. This mindset fosters resilience and encourages you to keep striving for better results. Finally, reflection and adjustment are not solitary practices. They can also benefit from external input. Seeking feedback from trusted friends, mentors, or colleagues can provide valuable perspectives that you might not have considered. For instance, a colleague might suggest a more efficient way to handle a recurring task, or a mentor might offer insights on how to better align your daily actions with your career goals. By being open to constructive feedback, you expand your understanding and gain new ideas for improvement. In summary, reflecting on how you use your time and making adjustments as needed is a powerful practice that ensures you stay aligned with your goals, values, and priorities. It's a process of continuous improvement that helps you navigate the complexities of life with greater clarity and purpose. By embracing reflection and adjustment, you empower yourself to make the most of your time, adapt to change, and achieve meaningful progress in all areas of your life. Your 24 hours are the canvas of your life. Every moment you use wisely adds another brushstroke to the masterpiece you're creating. Don't waste a second living someone else's dream or postponing your greatness. Remember, time waits for no one. Use your 24 hours wisely, and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. The clock is ticking. What will you do with your time today? Thank you.